I enjoy running around with strong weapons and deleting entire rooms full of enemies just as much as the next guy, but I also very much enjoy taking weapons that the community has deemed inadequate, bad, terrible even, and giving them a proper shot. I mean, that's how the series started, and it's why it's called Give It a Shot. Now, last time we did the Stug, and it actually kind of worked. We were able to clear a Steel Path mission and even kill a handful of Acolytes with it. And while today's weapon isn't anywhere near as bad as the Stug, because what is, it's still pretty meh. I'm of course talking about the Coolstar. This is a handheld cluster rocket launcher. Now the damage on this is actually quite decent. It's 200 impact damage on direct hit, plus 300 blast damage in a 3.9 meter radius with 40% fall off. It also sports a decent enough 17% crit chance, 2.3 times crit multiplier, and a rather solid 19% status chance. Additionally, its rockets split into 3 smaller bomblets on hit, so you actually get the damage of the hit, then the explosion, and then the bomblets as well. This, on paper, is actually pretty good, especially with the somewhat recent changes to blast damage. It's kind of like a baby's first Tsar. It unfortunately doesn't quite translate into gameplay, which is why the Coolstar has never been too popular. It's also kind of annoying to get. On top of 30,000 credits, 2 tellurium, 4,800 cryotic and 3,600 plastids, you also need to build a Kraken first, though luckily both weapons have their blueprints available in the market. But anyway, let's give it a shot and see what it can do, shall we? This is very quickly becoming one of my favorite arcanes on weapons that can benefit from it. Secondary Enervate is just awesome. We need to get Hornet Strike just to get some base damage. Then Galvanize Diffusion for the multi-shot, and I'm also gonna put in Lethal Torrent before I forget about it again. Also might as well slap in Prime Target Cracker. I don't think we're gonna put on any mods just yet. I wanna test it first because I wanna figure out if this needs like fire rate or reload speed or something, because it's been a while since I've used the Coolstar. Now one thing you'll notice is that the recoil is absolutely horrendous. It gets better when you're aiming down sights, but it's still pretty bad. Oh, that's really cool actually. So not only do the rockets stack Enervate, the bomblets do as well. Look at how fast it stacks. This is gonna be nice. Yeah, we're actually getting red crit from Enervate. Wowie. Yeah, we can do something with this, for sure. This will need mutation, 100%. You only have 15 shots in reserve. And I think unranked mutation is gonna be more than enough. I think gas is gonna be the way to go here. Just big gas procs. And I think we stick to dual stat mods just to get as much status as possible, so we're actually gonna run Scorch instead of Primed Heated Charge. Ooh, actually, the reload speed from this would be really nice. I mean, the reload is only 2 seconds, but you also only have 3 shots in the mag. So that's gonna be cool. And we can top it off with Magnetic Might. Yeah, we could do it like that. This ain't bad, Chief. This ain't bad at all. Harold is helping out a lot, but I mean, that's why he's there. Let's switch Harold to Corrosive and Cold. And then just use Nourish for Vital. I don't think anyone's gonna be mad that we're helping the Coolstar of all weapons. Let's turn on Steel Path and bump the levels up to, let's say, 150. Hell yeah, brother. That's pretty good. That is pretty damn good. The AoE on this is ridiculous. I thought about squeezing in Fulmination somewhere, but this thing has so much splash damage. It's kinda nuts. Though Fulmination would be really strong because the base AoE is really big already, so it would increase it substantially. I mean, it still works without Nourish. It's obviously not as good, but if you don't have Nourish on your frame, it's okay-ish. Let's try something else. Shield Boys? Sure. Oh, phew, big boom.
Will it do, let's see.
Send help, please. That is quite saucy, actually. Dude, this actually kind of shreds. I really want to squeeze in Primed Fulmination, because with weapons like this, Fulmination will often give you more damage, because it makes the AoE so much bigger, it makes it more likely for your explosions to overlap and hit the same enemy multiple times. Hi Ergo, how are you doing, mate? I just realized we're also not running Elementalist, and we probably should, because we're doing Blast and Gas, both of which count as status damage, which is scaled by Elementalist. Oh, konnichiwa, Akuroi-san. Bring it on, Torment, I'm ready. Oh my god, that was a big chunk. Wowie. That's actually a lot of damage. Yeah, this thing does a lot of upfront damage. Wow. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to run Magnetic Might, just more elemental damage, because the baseline is quite high. Vroom vroom, bitches. Yeah, this is really cool. I was a little bit worried that this might be too high of a level, but nope, it still works really damn well. This isn't a particularly high level bounty, it's about 166 as you can see on the enemies, but yeah, still works damn well. My life support is going down a little bit, but I'm not really like paying attention to the life support capsules, this thing right here. It's kind of difficult to actually break off the little blue things with the Coolstar for some reason. I'm happy with this, but I think it can get better. The weakest mod here by far is definitely stunning speed, so that comes out. And do element... we're gonna need a forma for this actually. There we go. Now, I am tempted to take out Magnetic Might and then put in Prime Fulmination, but the extra magnetic damage and crit damage is good. It's just too good. Yeah, I'm keeping it. Oh yeah, that's way better. And we actually get more reload speed, which is really nice. Because while it might not seem like a big deal, right? Oh, it's a 2-second reload, but you have to reload after 3 shots every time. It actually gets quite annoying. If you can squeeze in that fulmination, like for example, if you have a Riven, which I do, but I don't use Rivens for these builds, definitely do so. Like the extra AoE is going to make this so much more ridiculous. Well then, here's the final build for the Coolstar. We run Hornet Strike for base damage, Galvanized Diffusion and Lethal Torrent for a bunch of multi-shot and a bit of fire rate, Magnetic Might and Prime Target Cracker for magnetic damage and a ton of crit damage, then we have Pistol Elementalist to scale the damage of our Blast and Gas procs, and we top it off with Pistol Pestilence and Scorch for gas damage and status chance. I would also highly recommend you run either Ammo Mutation in the Exile slot or you use this with Carrier, otherwise you're gonna be out of ammo in no time. And finally we have what is very quickly becoming one of my favorite arcanes of all time, Secondary Enervate. This provides us with all the crit chance we need. This is a very important part of the build, it will not work without it, though luckily it will work even if you only have rank 1 Secondary Enervate. Now we did help the Coolstar with some other stuff as well. I was using Harold and I had him modded for Corrosive and Cold for a bunch of priming and armor strip, and I was also using Nourish on my Naros for Vital priming. These are not entirely necessary, like the setup will work with a different pet setup and it will work without Nourish, but if you want to get as much damage out of it as possible, you're gonna have to use them. This is a surprisingly fun setup that does really good damage and it has kind of ridiculous AoE. It kind of just feels like Kuvazar, honestly, it just has much worse recoil. So I kind of want to recommend this. This isn't just like a meme, this actually works pretty well. The one thing I will say is that stagger protection or self-stagger protection is absolutely mandatory with this. Okay, if you don't have self-stagger protection, you're going to be lying on the ground 99% of the time. It is virtually impossible to avoid not just the rockets, but also the follow-up bomblets. So yeah, give it a shot. It's not just a meme, it actually works. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any other weapons that you would like me to try out in the series, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And finally, I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time, bye bye.